will it take too much?
All right, here we are.
Good afternoon.
Okay, hang on. Oh, it's an ad I got going in my ear. Sorry about that. Can't ever get it right. I mean, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And I still haven't transferred us over. Yay, we're here. Believe it or not, we're here. So, and
my phone's
there's the
ringing,
phone.
too.
You need to take that?
I do.
She does. All right, she needs to take that. We're still having. It's strange how the last week or so, many of you know, because we talked about it last week with all the flooding in Louisiana, where we've had so many friends and dear friends, lifelong friends and family affected and displaced. And so we've been running. I haven't been able to go down there yet. I'm going to be able to go down for the first time Tuesday to get my hands dirty. Patty's actually been a couple of times running supplies and whatnot. I've been operating the Northern Command using Facebook and text messages and email, coordinating efforts and coordinating relief stuff. So that's one of Patty's family members that just called, so she needed to step away and take that. And that may happen again. And there's Patty. She's back. So,
but nothing was wrong. It was no big deal.
Okay, no big deal. Hey, everybody. Everybody's filing in. So we appreciate it. And we had a house full of folks.
We did.
Not too many minutes ago, because we kind of had a little special thing happening. And I don't know. Let me put my earplug in because I'm not sure if you're going to hear any of this.
Happy birthday to you.
I don't hear it.
Happy birthday to you. Happy
Well, I got that computer closed off, so if you have some silence, just bear with me.
Are they hearing it?
Not yet, because we haven't got on the wire. We haven't got there to it yet. I think so. I think they did get to see that. Yeah.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Mama.
It's kind of weird showing that on a delay. I'm having to pull my earplug out because they're just now seeing and hearing that. But Patty's mom celebrated her 93rd birthday today, and she's in here. Let's see. Wave to everybody, Mama. There she is over there in her comfortable chair. She's been staying at a local rehab facility. She had a little bit of a stroke here a few weeks ago, and she's doing great. And
Back
so
in June,
we had a good bit of her immediate family, all of her daughters, and
and some of our grandkids.
some of her grandkids came up, and I think it was really enjoyable for them too, because it kind of gave them some of them are struggling with.
Yeah, all of them are from Louisiana except for our kids. So
Yeah, and so I think it gave them a little break and
a time to be able to talk about things too. So I think that was helpful.
yeah. Oh, hey, J&J Acres is here, one of my personal moderators, and he said he heard the sound on the singing "Happy Birthday" to Mama. I'll let y'all in on a little something. We're trying to convince J&J Acres to join the Homestead Network. So if you're unfamiliar with Jared's channel over at J&J Acres, don't go now, but sometime or another hop over to J&J Acres and check out his channel. He's got some good stuff going there.
Yeah.
And give him some encouragement to jump on board to the Homestead Network, which we're a part of.
Yes.
And if you're new to this broadcast, you need to go to thehomesteadnetwork.com and look at the channel lineup. I think it's under shows is the menu link. And Brad and Krista over at Big Family Homestead are building a channel lineup that may end up filling up the whole week.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. So we certainly, Jared and his family are good friends of ours, and we sure hope that they pick up one of those spots. So anyway, our lives have been a whirlwind for this last, I don't even know how long now, 2 weeks or something. But that we've been blowing and going, or Patty has anyway.
I think it's just been a week.
Maybe so. Well, we talked about this last Sunday, though.
This is Carly Ann. This is our baby girl, Carly Ann.
Hey,
She's the one we
yeah.
had to go bring to Starkville and had to go get from the airport
Yeah.
and all the weather. So we got our baby girl home and she's leaving again. So
She spent an amazing 10 weeks up in Bushkill, Pennsylvania, at
Yes.
a camp, a Christian camp for inner city kids from the inner city of New York and Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
And so ministering the gospel to them. And so who knows, we might do a show one Sunday and let her tell us all about that. How about
Yep.
that? Would that be fun, Annie?
Sure.
Her name's Carly Ann, one word, and but Tomas, our grandson, started calling her Annie, so that's kind of her name now, is Annie. So, my mom, everybody says happy birthday, and they're also telling you happy birthday, Carly Ann. Oh, and Jana, you spelled it right. Jana Mays, you spelled it right, except, well, no, you didn't. The E, it's Carlianne.
Well, she put it together.
Yeah, she put it together. That's pretty close. So I've been doing a good bit of talking. I'm going to talk just another minute. I'm going to show one more clip that I added, and then I'm going to let you kind of talk about some of the stuff you did this week. This is something you just don't see every day. Somebody noticed this earlier on the front porch. Yes, that is a kitten attempting to nurse a puppy. And it was, we caught the tail end of it. There's two things wrong with this. Number one, it's a cat trying to nurse a dog. Number two, the dog is a boy. So, and you'll notice he's like, excuse me, but I don't know. Somebody asked me, what kind of farm are you running here? And all I could think about was this ought to be at the Big Bear Homestead, not at AldermanFarms. I mean, that seems like something that Jason could probably train his to do. I don't know, so we'll see. I hadn't got him to eat tacos yet, though, so I'm still working on that.
Oh boy!
All right, so what do you want to talk about first? This right here. I got to figure out how to make it so you can see it. Patty, I'm gonna let her talk about her search.
Yeah, I've been. So they're not hearing the sound on that; they're hearing me.
They're hearing you. There is
Okay.
no sound on that. They're hearing you.
Anyway, I've just been looking I'm gluten free, and so I'm just kind of looking for some flours to be able to make my bread with, and to make it taste more like, I'm used to like whole wheat bread, homemade whole wheat bread, and so I'm looking for flours that would be kind of similar to that. And this is just my little project this week. Earlier in the week, I believe, or sometime, I don't remember when it was, but I just tried out some different flours, and I called those biscuits. I mean, it wasn't truly a biscuit. All I put in it was a little salt and water in my flour, just to see the taste of the flour, just see how it tastes and everything. But I did make some breadsticks that I thought were pretty good. Tommy kind of turned his nose up to them. That were gluten-free, but they had some rice flour and Milo and maybe tapioca, and the flavor was fine for me. But anyway, I've just been doing some experiments with the Milo and the buckwheat and white rice and brown rice, just to try and make a healthier bread and to find one that I like. So anyway, but that's what I've been my little project. But I tell you what, Tommy put together the video, and it's been really encouraging, the different feedback that I've gotten. I've gotten recipes that people have given me that they found that they liked, and I haven't tried any yet. I do plan on trying some of the recipes, and also giving me some different YouTube channels to go look at. I think Noreen's Kitchen was one of them, and I'd watched one of her videos, and just trying to understand,
Noreen has got some like ninja followers because
a lot of people said to look at her videos.
I mean, it's like Noreen's Kitchen, Noreen's Kitchen, Noreen's Kitchen.
But the feedback that we've gotten off of that, and the interaction, the encouragement, the advice has really been, I think, is really the most that I've gotten off of any of the videos. So it was really cool to see that happen. So
somebody's wanting to know about what's with the dog whining in the background.
Tootsie baby, come here.
That's Tootsie. She's kind of old. She's what is she? Half Shih Tzu, half
Poodle.
poodle.
Love you.
and
This is March baby.
she has we're treating her for a little skin irritation, a little irritated skin, and she learned it's so much better. But she's got this habit of when she scratches, she whines, even when nothing's wrong. It's become a rote reaction. But anyway, that was our oldest daughter, Chelsea's dog.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
Now she's mine.
yeah, so she's kind of gotten adopted. She lives at Farms now. Sweet.
Well,
sweet
she always
little
has
dog,
been
but-
here. Just Chelsea moved. Tootsie didn't get to move. Too.
Yeah. Chelsea hit the road. Tootsie stayed around. So.
Where's Sugar Bear?
Bye. You leaving? You heading back to Stark
Sugar.
Vegas?
Come here.
I love you too. Go Tigers. I'm just kidding. Hail State. Go Tigers.
I got my LSU flip flops on.
Yeah, she's
And
got
this is Carly Ann's baby,
Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear. She knows her mama's leaving. And her sad. Her sugar. Yeah. Anyway, so we get the dogs.
We get the dogs. Yeah. Yeah. Post all your questions in all caps. We appreciate it. We're gonna. I've given up a long time ago trying to keep up with the chat. You people type like way faster than I can read, and so
And that's fast typing.
That's pretty fast because I can read pretty fast, pretty quickly. But what we'll do is we'll go back here a little bit and try to catch up with the questions. Let's see, what else did we do? We did squeeze in amongst running the Northern Command for the flood relief of our friends and family. We had stuff here we had to get done.
Yeah.
One of the things that what did we almost forget about completely?
Oh, we almost forgot. I texted Tommy. He had gone to bed.
I didn't shoot a video of them.
You did?
No, I didn't.
Oh.
I meant to.
I told you to do that.
You did.
I should have texted you.
Should have texted
Anyway, Tommy had gone to bed. I forgot what night it was, but he had gone to bed early, I think, or something. I can't remember. But then I remembered, the Freedom Rangers are coming. And so I texted him. I said, "We've got to." Oh, was that in Louisiana? I can't remember it.
Can't
It's
remember.
been crazy.
It all runs
but
together
anyway,
now.
all of a sudden, I remembered our meat chickens are coming, and we've done nothing to prepare. And so we're kind of in a tailspin. They're still not where they're going to stay. We've got them in the house, which I don't like having my chicks in the house. But I guess you can show them what we've done to start preparing for the chickens to go outside, for the chicks to go outside.
Well, no, I
just-
didn't.
well-
I didn't. All I did, I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
Just talk
But-
about what we did.
How we normally do it, we have 5 stalls in our barn. Sorry.
We have some number of stalls at our barn anyway.
The chickens take up 2 because it's like a 20 by 10 for the chickens, and then our other stalls are all 10 by 10. Well, one of the stalls we have, we let the goats come in there when we don't have chickens in there, but we have chicken wire all around at top and bottom where we can put chicks in there. And so we usually set up our brooder. If you've watched any of our videos, we have a little brooder that Tommy's made that's like 4 by 4, and it's made out of that particle board. We used it- OSB.
Yeah,
What's a particle board?
it's different.
Okay, but anyway, OSB, and we put it together, take it apart.
Particle board made up more like sawdust. This is the big flakes.
Oh, okay. But anyway, so we set that up in the stall while their little bitty chicks have a heat lamp on them, and then we take the sides down, let them have the whole stall. Once they outgrow the whole stall, we'll open them up to the garden or out back within a little electrified fence. We weren't able to do that though because we had our Delaware, we had our midget white turkeys, and our Bielefelders that were using that stall to roost in at night, and they're eating in our main garden. Since it's finished, they're eating in it. And so we started the process of moving them out. This is the turkeys and the Delaware that we actually have got those moved, and we did not even film it, and it was a sight to see what we did too. You tell them what we did.
Well, our brains just haven't been thinking correctly with everything we've had going on with our friends and family in Louisiana. So we just didn't think about filming this. And like Patty said, it was a sight to behold. We herded all the Delaware up into the barn stall and the midget whites, and we caught them one by one. and we put them in a large pet carrier.
We actually fit goats in it, so it's, you know.
It's a
big
large
one.
pet carrier, and then we tied a rope to the back end of it and drug that sucker from the barn over to this, what we call the big garden area. And I'm telling you, we took 4 turkeys at a load, and we took 8 or 10 chickens at a time, I think.
Yeah.
And the chickens, 8 or 10 chickens were lighter than the 4 turkeys at a time, but. It was. I had Corey out there like a rented mule. He had that rope tied around his waist. It was a great leg exercise. But I'm gonna tell you, it was hot and humid and about wore us out.
Yeah.
Then we had to. Oh man, I don't have a. I didn't get a clip of it either, but our homemade chicken coop that we had for our breast chickens out there.
Oh yeah, a little house.
A little chicken house, yeah. That's like 2x4s. It's like 8x8 at the bottom with 2x4s at the bottom, and we got 1 or 2, just 1 panel.
No, it's just.
No, it's 2.
It's
It's 2 that overlap.
Yeah.
And with
so
tarp.
it's 8x8.
Yeah. So they overlap a little
9,
bit, something like that, and or maybe 10 one way. I don't know, but me and Corey had to pick that sucker up, carry it through the gate, dodging pig wallows that are in a place. I shouldn't have said that. I didn't want to get you started. The pigs have wallowed out a place about 4 feet deep.
It's I mean, I can't even show you on here. It's so deep.
Right in front of the garden gate.
Yeah, right.
And,
I mean, I've almost fallen down one time.
I don't want to hear nothing from you, J&J Acres. I didn't mean to pull any pig scabs off of you. Right, Jared's having some pig issues at J&J Acres, and I'm kind of in a roundabout way responsible. But anyway, we moved the Delaware and the midget whites. And
but the good news is you were able to move that house.
Oh yeah.
Because we needed some housing for, and we don't know if the turkeys in the Delaware were roosting outside some, but there's in the other garden, but there's nowhere for them to roost outside. To roost, they can be outside, but we don't know if they've all found the house or not. One found their way out. I know that the dogs found it.
Unfortunately,
unfortunately, but
nothing left of it. And
anyway, but
yeah.
I was afraid some of them would try and get back to the other garden where they're used to. So.
Well, and they actually did. When I went to the barn earlier today, was that this morning? Was it before church? And there's a Delaware standing in the barn looking at the little small gate into what used to be her stall, looking at me like, you go on the door or what? And so there were 3. It was actually a trio. There were 2 Delaware hens and a Delaware rooster. Mm-hmm. And I needed to get to church early because we actually broadcast our church service live on Facebook using Wirecast, and I'm the guy that does that. Mm-hmm. If I'm not there, it don't happen. And I needed to get there early to set some stuff up, so I just put them in there. I need to remember to get them out this evening and put them back to their new house. Mm-hmm. And so
I'm wanting to keep my Bielefelder separate because they're going to be starting to lay soon. So I want to be able to get pure eggs because I'm ready to. I want to get more of them. I only have 2 hens, so I want to.
Jared said he'd call me more of an enabler. So yeah, I guess that's right.
Well, I'd say you were an encourager too, because it's you're just so crazy about your pigs. It kind of rubbed off.
Probably, yeah. I'm kind of crazy about them. I'm kind of crazy. They've made me crazy. Yeah. All 200 of them, or however many it is. But
thank God it's not. Quite 200.
Thank God it's not 200 yet. But they're tasty. So now the Bielefelders have the whole barn garden to themselves. Now, y'all. I put up this video, I don't know when, yesterday maybe? I think it was yesterday. Now you look at that chicken. Is that not a beautiful chicken? The video, I'm sure, doesn't do it justice, but I didn't know if I was going to like the coloration of these birds, but you have to see them in real life. They're just gorgeous. And I wish it could be standing next to a Delaware. If I went out there now, I could find one standing next to a Delaware. But they're big. They're big bodied. They're heavy. framed, but they're not clunky. You know, they're light on their feet. Mm-hmm. And so I had some encouraging comments on this video on our YouTube channel. Somebody who lives in Germany, they're an American, but they live in Germany right now. And so they did some research, and some of the German words used to describe these birds were very encouraging. They're supposed to be good egg layers. They're supposed to have tender meat. And so what else did I tell you? Do you remember? Good egg layers, tender meat. Docile, you know, and that's certainly true. They are very docile.
Well, and I think we said it when we talked about I guess time before last on the show, we talked about the Bielefelder, and their nickname is the Uber chicken, just because they're just an all-around good chicken, and so we just are falling in love with them.
I didn't realize this, but it looks. Did you know Jana at Tall Oak has Bielefelders?
Yeah, I think she's got a rooster. I think.
I don't know, but she said she loves her Bielefelders,
and we've talked about.
Well, she actually put a heart. And I really like it because it's purple. Go Tigers. Can you tell it's almost football season?
She's not a Tiger fan, though.
Well, I don't care. Yeah, I can't believe you. Well, yeah, but you're not like a Alabama native, Jenna. So don't let any of your neighbors know you put a purple heart there. It should have been crimson red.
You're going to get in trouble,
or
Jan.
Auburn blue or orange or whatever nasty color that is. But thanks for that, Wheat Tree. Let's see here. What... I'm not sure if I missed anything that I actually thought about that we needed to make sure we covered. Oh, I do know one thing, but before we do that, you just got to see that again, right? I mean, I need to put this video up. It may go viral, right? Everybody wants a viral video. But anyway, sorry, just kidding. I thought I'd throw that in there. So here's what I want to do.
Crazy.
And Patty may have forgotten all about this, that we were even going to talk about this. But in the beginning of one of our most recent, I'm trying to remember which one it was, live shows, I think it was not last week. Oh, by the way, so sorry about the bandwidth issues that we ran into at our daughter's apartment last week.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah, what I should have done, lesson learned, if that ever happens again, I will ratchet down the quality of the feed to like 480p or something. I did bring it down to 720. This is even 720 because I would rather, in using Wirecast, any of you who are paying attention to this stuff, right now my CPU usage is only 56%. So, you know, I hate seeing red, yellow, and red numbers up there. And so we brought it down to 720p here. I thought that would do it there. It didn't do it.
I told him that he should, but he just didn't listen to me.
Oh, stop it. You don't even have any idea what I'm talking about.
You didn't see me yawn?
Oh, goodness.
It was a real yawn, but I just had to make it bigger.
So anyway, sorry, I just ran a rabbit. I'm back. It was, I think, the live show before that, where... I don't know if any of you noticed, and I can't even remember what the context was now, but Patty did a little sign language very briefly in the beginning of that.
I did?
Yeah, you did. I don't remember what you signed, but that's what made me think about this. Patty is a sign language interpreter. And
I used to be.
Well, you can brush up. Yeah, you better.
I still know signs.
You better study up because I'm fixing to put it on you here. See?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in the process of building a rock star. If y'all hadn't figured this out, yeah. I mean, her fan club is growing, and nobody comes to this show to hear me or to see me. It's all about Patty, so I'm good with that. So I'm thinking of opportunities to make her famous, and so I wanted to throw this idea out there. First of all, I don't know if anybody out there also knows. Okay, let's see here. Wheat Tree, you see that guy that put Roll Tide? Ban them right quick. Oh. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke. Listen, that's a joke, and that's the last time I'm going to do that because I do not talk smack. I really don't. I learned my lesson on the night of January 9th, 2012.
You tell them that.
And no more smack from me. So that was just a joke. Go SEC. That's my mantra. So, yeah.
You're going to win like that, yeah.
So, does anybody else out there do sign language? American Sign Language is what Patty knows.
ASL.
ASL. And second of all, would you be interested in Patty doing some YouTube sign language training, possibly live? That's something we're thinking about. In terms of this, when I was in law enforcement, we went through, and I can't remember the name of it now, if it was tactical, it may have been tactical sign language.
Yeah, I think so.
Where we learned a good bit of sign language that would come in handy on a tactical operation where you couldn't use your radios or you didn't want to talk out loud because trying maybe entering a house on a warrant or something like that. And it was very, and we used it. I was on a tactical team for a while back when I was in shape and my hair wasn't this color, and I didn't have any, kept it all shaved off. But it was very handy, and so I'm not even sure what this curriculum would be. We have to develop the curriculum first, but along those lines of a survival sign language.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I've used sign language through the years with my kids, and they'll say, "Oh, we don't know sign language. We don't know sign language." But so much of sign language is not just, of course, it's learning to pay attention and seeing things. A lot of families will have different things that they may do, but I think if you're going to do something, do the right signs. That's what it drives me crazy when I see do interpretive dance or whatever, where they're doing these different signs, and it would be so simple to just do the right one,
Instead
the
of making
real
something up.
sign. Yeah, and because then if you do run into a deaf person or somebody that that's hard of hearing that needs help, you could talk to them, or it's just like people appreciate you trying to speak to them in their language, their native tongue, whether it's sign language or Spanish or whatever. But anyway, what I have done with some parents, I have taught them just some little signs like I used to use with my kids, like stop, or no, and
do your hands up higher so they can see that.
Like no or stop, because when you're out in public, you can speak, you can talk to somebody across the room, you can talk to your kids across the room. I've actually seen somebody.
Okay. We have to wait till the alarm system resets. Our alarm system's going off. We've got a two-stage alarm system, an outside alarm system, and it triggers the inside alarm system.
But anyway, I've been in a situation where I thought that there was a suspicious person, or I wanted my kids to be careful, and because they knew me and because we had signed and everything, I could do like this, and I'm telling my kids to look, and and then I'll look at the person, I'll do like this. I said, look at him, but it's in learning sign language, you learn to pay attention to, I don't want to say body motion,
body language.
Your body language, yeah. And so, even if that's not, really this would be look, but that's so obvious. But my kids will see me say look, and I look over there, they're going to turn and look where I just looked, and they're going to see what I see. So that has been helpful for me with my kids, and talking to them across the room, especially when they were a little younger, doing something bad, I could say no. The thing I had to work on is I would go, no. And everybody knew what I was saying because I looked so mean. I've been in the choir before, and my kids out in the audience, and they'd be cutting up, and I would say, and I remember, I'm not supposed to, when you're talking to a deaf person, facial expression is everything because it shows your emotion and everything. But, when you're trying to secretly do sign, you don't want to show those emotions. So.
Well, part of that, her face is expressive when she's using sign language, mainly, partially, maybe mainly, because deaf people need to see that over-exaggerated facial expression. But it's also partly due to a phenomenon known as the Persic face. Patty's maiden name is Persic, and one of their traits of her and her sisters, you never have to wonder what they're thinking. It's like, it's because it's on their face. But everybody's loving the idea about it. I'll tell you another practical application of it is with little bitty children, because I'll let Patty talk about this, but I'll just...
We got a clip of Tomas. We have some films of him.
Yeah, I didn't think about it. I'll let her talk more about it, but I'll just intro it this way. When Tomas was, how old? 18 months?
No, younger
Than that? 6 months?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was little. However old he was, the first time he reached for something and went, oh, and Patty said, oh no, that ain't gonna happen. So
yeah, and so that's what I started teaching him sign language then, and he'll say he don't remember, but he'll make a few signs. I did not keep it up. Once he started talking really good, I didn't keep it up with him. But he was probably 6 months. He wasn't speaking yet. You know, he might have been saying mama, dad, and stuff like that, but he wasn't.
I don't think so.
He wasn't able to say I want more or more food, and he actually, I mean, he could say more food, please, before he could speak.
You should be showing them how you say
more food, please. You know,
So-
and it's just very simple, but you would say, you know, for a child, you would just teach them more and give it to them, and then you would teach them the food. You know, so I mean, it's
he learned it so quick, you know.
Oh, he did. He learned it so fast. But we taught him the please part too, and so, you know, he really did good.
Yeah, and he's
learning
4
that.
now.
Yeah.
And Patty asked him the other day to show her please, and he finally caught it, didn't he?
Yeah, he finally did.
He had to
yeah.
think back, you know,
Yeah.
but he did it. You know, of course,
Yeah.
when he was little bitty, you had to know what he was doing.
Yeah.
Probably I don't know if a random deaf person would have got
Yeah,
it.
I think somebody that knew sign language would get it. I've seen other children doing that and thought, oh, they taught them sign language, you know. So yeah, somebody that's familiar with sign language or a deaf person.
Taught him thank you.
Yeah, thank
and
you.
his thank you usually didn't look.
It looked like a kiss, but you know, it was close enough.
Context, even in sign language, context matters. I guess a deaf person would have picked it up out of context.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
because of context. So, all right, it looks like I guess it's unanimous. I haven't looked at all the comments. I don't know if anybody would say no, don't do that in the chat. But we treat anybody say no. But I did see a lot of yeses scrolling by when we were talking about that idea.
Good.
So give us some time to think about it.
Yeah, and give us your ideas too. I mean, what kind of sign language would you be interested in? Of course, I couldn't just teach you all sign language. And the way I learned sign language is that I still have a deaf cousin, and she's my first cousin, and she's older than me, and her sister would come and stay with us during the summer. We were the same age, and Mama, we would go over to Lafayette and visit them too. And I guess I was just always fascinated. And when my cousin Winky would come and stay, I remember laying in bed and saying, teach me a word, teach me a word to say in sign language. And, then I could think of the and a. Well, deaf people don't use those. Some deaf people that may do signed English do, but, sign language is more like Spanish, and then you don't use a lot of unimportant words. That we have to hear where it makes sense to us. It's not the same in sign language. That's why sometimes if a deaf person will write something, it may not make total sense to you because they're writing like they speak instead of how we speak. But anyway, so that I learned a few words. Winky taught me my first words, and then when we moved to Mississippi, well, I did take a sign language class in Louisiana before we moved here. But when we moved here, I started sitting by the deaf people, and I would watch the interpreter, and so I picked up so much there by watching, and then I started slowly interpreting like the song service because I could come home and the Sunday night song service because I could come home and practice. So I kind of learned through songs, and everything like that too. And I'd have to interpret a prayer or something, like that. So it and then the deaf couple asked me if I would go to a little luncheon that they did once a month, I think, to interpret, because I figured and I guess they figured too that I was better than nothing. So
yeah, no, she did a great job. By the way, we tree has tallied them up, and there are no no's. I mean, I knew there would be no's, but everybody's for it. Gloria, I see your comment. I hate that you have to leave early. It's what it sounds like, but Gloria May says, would love to learn the basics of sign language. Great idea. So I guess that's a yes. We'll do that. Well, just give us a chance, a little time to figure out practically how we would put together a curriculum and how it would be spaced out, over time. And so anyway, Jared, by the way, no, it really was. Jared made a comment earlier that he can't imagine the jokes going on in a law enforcement sign language class, but it really wasn't. I mean, I don't know. It was a serious. It was good. It was. I really enjoyed the class. So, Patty, tell a joke or something, and I'll scroll back way up and see if we can
want
find.
me to tell a joke?
Yeah, no, not really, but you could sign something, maybe.
Yeah, nobody would know what I was saying.
No, but well,
That's
here,
what-
let's do this. Teach them. Well, you've already taught them a handful.
I don't know what I was going to say.
Thanks, JRC Homestead in Texas. Appreciate that. Yep, and thanks for a lot of kind comments about Carly Ann.
Well, thank you.
We do love her. We reckon we'll
sweet.
keep her.
Yep,
And
yep.
she is awful pretty. Her eyes are stunning. And the thing I love about Carly Ann, it's always been the same. Is when she smiles, her whole face smiles.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
some of my favorite pictures of her as a little girl. It just her it's all, I don't know. Her face just almost looked like it was about to explode with a smile, and I love that. Love that about her.
I wanted to talk about one thing that I've done this week was I did a lot of cooking for our
Yeah.
family down in Louisiana. I went down. That was last week. Yeah, it just seems like it's been
Yeah.
so long ago.
I think it was last
Well,
week.
I cooked Monday, and then I went down Tuesday. My cousins, one of my first cousins that's much older than me, he had heart problems, and I think, no, I didn't tell you that. He had died last Sunday. But anyway, his brother that takes care of his mom, my aunt, his mother-in-law's house flooded down there, and so did one of his brother-in-law's house flood. And so, food and everything was in short supply, plus I figured they'd like to have a hot meal. So I cooked Monday, and I brought them a meal, and I brought them ham and bread and everything. And then my other cousin, Tommy, his house and his wife, so Tommy and Sandra, their house flooded. And so I made pulled pork for them, and I brought them pulled pork and some bread and some ham. And I used my Instant Pot for that. Well, for the pulled pork I did, and I'm just loving it. Have I told them about the Instant Pot yet? I just can't
I think
remember.
we may have mentioned it.
But anyway, it's an
Yeah, we did.
It's an electric pressure cooker.
We can't even remember what we've talked about. What day is it? What's my name? I don't know.
But anyway, so I'm just really excited about it. And then Wednesday, I had a lot more cooking to do to bring down to Louisiana, and I made potato salad, and I actually was able to make it in my Instant Pot. I made I can't think. Oh, lima beans, dried lima beans, and red beans and rice. The red beans were dried too, and it's so fast. In 30 minutes, I had red beans and rice, and I mean they were like really good. So I just can't tell you how much I like my Instant Pot.
Yeah,
So
she's hooked.
I've
I'm
really,
hooked too.
really, I've really used it a lot this week. And what's so funny at my mama's birthday party, my niece Sagan, every time I use my Instant Pot, I think about her because she is just she does the P90X and all those and working out, but she's eating healthy. She's trying to do a healthy diet and everything, and her and her husband both work. And so she does meal preps, and she puts it on Facebook and everything, and she's a good encourager for others with all that. But she cooks a lot on the weekend and makes her meals easier during the week, where she has homemade food and they're not eating out and stuff like that, so it's healthy. But every time I use my Instant Pot, I think about Sagan, and I think, oh, this would make her life so much easier and make things go faster for her weekend cooking. And so she was here for Mama's birthday party, and I told her, I was telling her how I think about her every time I use it. She goes, I want one of those. And so I actually have it over here at Mama's house because I went and got it where I could show it to her. So it's so funny that she actually knew what I was talking about, and she wants one. So anyway,
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Let's see. Going back up to the questions from a good bit a while earlier, somebody asked, and you don't even know what this is about. When I was filming the Bielefelders, there was one of them was over there standing a little funny, and I thought initially that it was just scoping me out, kind of standing funny. But then later it dawned on me, no, it's kind of standing funny. I don't know what that. So somebody was asking about it if
Oh,
it was
okay.
sick or something. I don't know what that was about, but it's over. You know, so if it wasn't feeling right or something, or maybe it was just giving me the stank eye or something. Maybe it was just I don't know. But
What do you
whatever.
think? Maybe something was on his foot or something?
No. I could see
No?
its foot. It just was kind of tail looked funny. Head was kind of down. I'll have to show you on the video. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's fine. New Mexico nurse wants to know if anyone can anyone watch here the church service, and if yes, how? Yeah, you can. You know, the quality's not great because I'll tell you how to get there, but let me explain first. I mean, we do it. I use the same setup I got here, basically. Our little church is in what used to be an old Western Auto building, and then it was a funeral home. We bought a funeral home, and we brought life where death
Yeah,
used to be.
that's right.
So it's not equipped. It's not, you know, to have a camera like in front. So I sit off to the side, and you know, we're not.
It's fine. We haven't spent thousands of dollars on equipment. It's just the same thing here.
And we're not going to spend $1,000 on equipment. We would rather send thousands of dollars to the mission
missions,
field and not have all the fancy smancy stuff. So it's not fancy, and but you can find it anyway. It's Church of the Way, Brookhaven. It's easy to get to. Facebook.com/COTWB. Facebook.com/COTWB. And again, don't expect to be wowed with technology. It's just, you know, pretty simple. And the audio, you'll hear me bump my computer and things like that. And today we actually had some bandwidth issues. They don't have near the bandwidth we have here at the farm, and I still can't believe it when I say that.
Because he used to go to church to get stuff done.
Yeah, I used to go there to upload videos, and,
Yeah.
and now, you know, I can't wait to get back here. Looks like Wayne had to bail. Sorry, didn't get to say bye to Wayne. Wayne's World. Not everybody will get that, but some.
He's older than I am, you know.
Yeah. We got some. We'll go back and look. There's several recommendations. I'm assuming these recommendations are having to do with people that have maybe been further down the road of your search for a gluten-free flour.
Oh, okay, great.
Wayne's Country Living was one. No, sorry. He wants to learn American Sign Language.
Oh, okay.
So maybe we can make a connection there. All right. This is so awesome with the all caps. It's helpful to come in. Hey, Mr. Mike, first time visiting. I hope you decide to stick around, and make sure. Wheatree, somebody deep south. Let me know if I'm wrong here, but I'm assuming Big Family is still on right after us. I know there's been some schedule shuffling, but
there's a little changes.
you need to make sure right after us on the Big Family Homestead, unless one of the moderators corrects me here, on the Big Family Homestead channel, Brad and Krista will be live, and then you can go on from there. Let's see. Yep, Janice said they taught more and please, that it cuts down on whining kids.
Yes.
That was the whole idea. That's I'll never forget that when Patty said, "Oh no, that's not going to happen."
And I didn't know sign language when my kids were young, so you know, I didn't know.
All right, I'm scrolling down looking for questions. I had to go way back to the top. You know, this is a nerve-wracking thing for me dealing with this chat, because I don't want anybody to think we're not, you know, we don't want to engage with you in the chat. We do, but I guess we're still new at it, you know. And
Yeah, well, I mean, everybody has their style and everything too, and you know, we want to have interaction, but maybe I just need to work the computer, the chat.
Yeah, maybe you do. And here's another thing, because I get to scrolling, and all of a sudden, boom! It pops down to the bottom.
I wonder why I did that.
I don't know, but so I'm sure I'll probably missing some things. Jenna uses her Instant Pot 3 or 4 times a day. See, it did it again. Okay, so if there's a question there, okay, I've been affirmed. It's been confirmed. It is Big Family Homestead right after us, and then Off Grid Nation, and then Deep South. Okay, Deep South is coming to Sundays, and that's awesome. So
another thing that there's different things that goes on our farm and different things that we do want to do some shows on. We have just the last 2 weeks, to 3 weeks has really been just really out of the ordinary for us. As far as just our emotions and just all over the place and everything. But we do want to do some educational type shows. And so if you've seen our videos and would like to know more about some of the things that we do or whatever, drop us a note. You can say it on here, or if you wanted to, send a comment after the video.
Yeah, send an email to ideas@aldermanfarms.net. Ideas at Alderman, I got to say it twice. Ideas@aldermanfarms.net.
But anyway, we would love to hear your ideas of what you would like to hear about too. But one show that I would like to talk about, we haven't really talked in depth about our goats and showed you pictures of our goats and everything, because we're really gearing towards doing more with our goats and everything. And so I would like to talk more about that, and I'm interested to know how many of the viewers or people that are involved in the Homestead Network have goats, and everything. So, and what
Jared doesn't.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm taking away from probably his whole first show that he's going to have, But,
bad thing.
Yeah, Jared don't have goats.
Jared's got Muscovies though, and we don't.
No, Jared don't have Muscovies either. Oh. Yeah, never mind. I'm stealing Jared's thunder, but
so.
Yeah, that's a good idea, Deep South. Last week I did have my iPad. Deep South saying we were told to get a tablet. You can hold questions and then you can scroll up.
Oh,
and,
okay.
Yeah, and I've done that, and I just didn't.
I have my little iPad that I could use.
Yeah,
it might be easier. I can make the print bigger.
Yeah. I'll tell you what we did. I had the trouble this morning at church using Wirecast where it was really, my CPU was bumping up to, and it was only I was only shooting at, or streaming at 720, but my CPU usage was up at 98, 99, 100, was actually getting some skips and all. And so I decided to kill everything on my laptop. And I've got a MacBook Pro that's only a couple years old, and it's maxed out. With all it's as good as this level of Mac gets. But anyway, I decided to kill everything on the computer except Wirecast. And man, it's like right now it's 54% system use. So I've got Patty's laptop over here to the right instead of my, to do the launching and those confounded stop buttons when it's time to end. And
he ended it early last time, I think.
Yeah,
it ended, and he don't remember what he did.
But anyway, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
He does better than me.
Thanks, Wheat Tree, for posting that.
Mr. Mike, I think asked up. I think I saw it scroll by. How big is our farm? We have 116 acres. Most of it's wooded. A lot of it has like pine trees on it, and then an underbrush. So it's goat heaven. We do have a little creek that runs through our property also, but we're not utilizing all of the farm. We actually just had, I think it's about 20 acres that we just got fenced in.
25, a little over 25 recently fenced in, and it's wooded.
Yeah, it's wooded, but it's new pine trees. Well, I say new. 10-year-old pine trees, but it still has the underbrush in there, and so the goats are working on that. The pigs, the cow. We do have one dairy cow, and we have a little Jersey Holstein. What's he called? A steer.
Yeah, I started calling him a wether, but it's a steer. He's a steer.
But anyway, so. So like I said, we don't utilize. We're working on getting more fenced in and everything. We would love to have. The whole thing. We'd love to have a perimeter fence of the whole thing and then have different paddocks where we can let the animals go.
Other than those new 25.5 acres we got under fence, the rest of what we got under fence is probably, I haven't figured it out exactly, but somewhere between 8 to 10 acres under fence prior to that. So you can add 25.5 to 8 to 10 is what we use for animals and gardening and all. Family Roots Farm. Are you going to ever? They didn't say ever. I'm throwing that in there. Said, are you going to do the cinnamon rolls video?
That's on him because.
Or have you and I missed it?
He He just don't have time to make videos anymore. Y'all need to fuss at him.
No, it's been tough. I gotta, yeah. I mean, it'll settle down, but
He's got a job where they pay him.
yeah, I
And
do.
he's got to work it.
I still have my real job, and I'm in a busy stretch with that too. In the midst of everything else we've had going on.
I mean, I could make them and video it, but it wouldn't be live necessarily. You know, I might have to do that and let him just edit the video for me.
Well, here's the thing. YouTube, sometime this year in 2016, is releasing mobile live in their YouTube app. Not their YouTube Capture app, not their YouTube Studio app. It's just the YouTube app on Android or iOS that's going to give you a live capability. And I think it's been rolled out to a select few for beta testing, but they're supposed to be releasing that this year. So whenever they get that up and running, Miss Patty won't have any excuse for not going live just whenever she jolly well pleases, because she won't need to have me around to do anything.
Is that a joke asking if we like tacos? I do
Yeah.
like tacos.
Yeah, it's a joke. It's an inside joke.
I don't get it.
Yeah, but I
not
don't
on
like. I can't remember what it was, like watermelon and possum feet tacos or something like that he talked about, but I don't know. But never tried one of those. I have had cow head tacos in Guadalajara, Mexico.
I didn't do that.
Made with and it was fantastic, and big chunky salt that they had. It was
I like deer tacos.
yeah, about 8 to 10. Doc wants to know how much cleared acreage. It's approximately 8 to 10.
Yeah.
That we have that has a tree here or there, but it was cleared. That we call that our pasture area.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Well, but that's 3 acres about, I think.
I'm talking about
All
here,
of it. Yeah.
everything. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
about 8 to 10.
Yeah.
Um,
We'll have to give him a tour one time.
Yeah, maybe
on
we
here.
could do that. Yeah,
Yeah.
when YouTube does that mobile live thing.
Well, I was talking about how we could film it and then you could put it up
Oh
there.
yeah, we could do that too.
Mhm.
We could do that too. Oh,
So that we haven't buffered.
who said that? Where you see that?
Right there.
In the middle of what? Can't believe that you haven't buffered at all in the middle of Aldi. I'm not sure, Big Bear. You must be eating potted meat again. It's affected your ability to type. Or maybe I need some potted meat. It might help me read. I don't get it. Yeah, we haven't buffered because we got lots of bandwidth here, and we're ratcheted down the requirements of the stream. Let's see what else we got. That's right, Jared. That ought to make you feel better. See, Jared says, "Whoo!" and just like that, an hour's nearly gone. I'm telling you. Here's the way this works. In the first 15 minutes, like our show comes on at 5 o'clock Central Time, and when 5:15 gets here, we've covered 14 pages of notes, and we think, holy mackerel, we got 45 minutes left. How are we going to fill that? But then next thing you know, you look up and it's 5:53 or 6:53, depending on where you are. So once you get talking and get to interacting in the chat, it really does fly by, and it just really does fly by. Aldi is a grocery store. I don't get it. Oh well, I'm a little slow.
What did it say again?
He must not have been talking to us.
Oh, maybe it wasn't.
Maybe that's what it was.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what. Maybe I just need to mind my own business. Here I am. So I take that. Sorry about that little jab, Big Bear. Apparently you weren't even talking to me. So the camera probably just went weird too because I leaned forward.
And that was him not touching.
Yeah.
It was me.
Sorry.
I mean,
All right. Let's see. Do we have any more questions? What else, Patty? Did we say that we? We're not in, Mr. Mike, we're not in Louisiana now. We both grew up. Mr. Mike wants to know how long we lived in Louisiana. We both grew up there. We've been in Mississippi now. We moved to Mississippi in 2000.
Yeah.
And so I don't do math. I'm 53 now. You'll have to figure that out. So how old was I when I moved here? I don't remember.
I don't know how old I was either. I know how old the kids were. Okay, so let's figure that out.
Yeah, let's figure that out.
Well,
Cameron's
Cameron's
how
10.
how old is Cameron right
but
now?
that only tells us we've been here 16 years. He's 26. So it's 16
Yeah, that's right.
years, yeah.
Oh, well, let's figure that out.
How old am I? I'm
I don't
49.
know. You're 49.
So let's
Can
see.
y'all believe she just said that on national TV?
I don't care.
Yeah, she's not one of those kind of ladies that don't want to say her. Let me tell you, that's one of the reasons I married her. The other one is she baits her own hooks.
I was fixing to say, I ain't never heard that one before.
What? Yeah, no, it's a
I
little.
don't mind saying my age. It's just because I've now gotten older, that's why.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was 33, so you would have been 36.
They're all saying
37.
we lived there 37 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just figured it out. See, I was right.
There you go. Doc.
I was 37
Doc
years.
says 63, and I can tell Doc and I get along fine because he don't do math any better than I do. So.
Oh, no. I was wrong. What did I say? I said 30.
I don't know.
37 because, wait a minute. I was 30 when, no, it was 33 years for me.
All right, I was born in
It
1960.
was 37 for you.
Yeah, 37 for me, I guess. I was born, yeah, that's right, because I was
Yeah.
born in 1963 and I moved here in 2000. Even I can figure that out. That's what I should have done.
Yeah.
I could have used my fingers.
Anyway.
And I could have used my toes if I needed them because I got flip-flops on right now, and I could have had easy access to my toes to add to them. So, no, she didn't own a bass boat, but she loves to fish.
No, I like to fish off the bank.
She likes to fish off the bank, and I never have. That's kind of one of my only issues I have with her.
The bank don't move.
The bank don't move, but see, I grew up fishing in Bayou Pigeon and
Constantly moving.
yeah.
It's not easy to brim fish when you're
She
moving.
likes to drown crickets. I'm bass fishing, and so I'm like, fishing in the bayou system, and you fish a little here, and you don't hit them, you go find them.
No, that's not how you do it. You constantly move with that trolling motor.
Well,
And you
yeah.
never stop.
Yeah,
You
well,
could
I'm trying to
stop,
find the fish.
But you could stop and look right there for a little while and let me look over here.
Hey.
So.
All right, let's see here. Oh, you know what? Before we run out of time, which we've just about done, we're getting real close. We want to know how we can pray for you. And so I already told you to send us an email for ideas about things you'd like to know about, of things that we do here, you'd like us to talk more about on our live shows. Mm-hmm. If we can pray for you somehow about something you've got going on in your life or whatever it is, I want you to send an email to prayer@AldermanFarms.net. Let's make it easier. Pray@AldermanFarms.net. And we'll be happy to pray for you guys, because let me tell you, we're still kind of new at this. This is, I think, it's either our 5th or 6th show. I forgot to check. But what I'm learning as my schedule allows me, it has allowed me recently to log in and watch other Homestead Network member shows, is that there's really a community developing here, and that's amazing. I've sat and watched as it looks like members of the network and the viewers are really getting each other's back on things and helping out with stuff, and let me tell you something, that's awesome. And we're so thankful to be a part of this network and to have our little spot here. And we know we don't feel worthy, we don't feel like we're doing anything really special that anybody would really care. And so you guys amaze us and impress us and encourage us all the time, and we want to give back, and the most powerful way we can do that is to pray for you. So if you need us to pray for you, send an email to pray@aldermanfarms.net and tell us how we can pray. Now y'all need to beat it.
Wait, let me. Tootsie wants to show him her trick.
Oh yeah, you need to raise up.
Watch her.
She looks like one of those bats you got in your bat house, Jared. Y'all need to go to J&J's channel later, way later, tomorrow, and because you got to be on the network tonight. Go to Brad and Krista's to see them at the Big Family Homestead. Tell them we sent you.
Good night.
Good night. Now, here we go. I got to do this stopping thing. I don't know if I want to stop it here or if I want to stop it on YouTube first. I'm going to stop it in Wirecast first.
Stop it when Tootsie's looking upside down.
All right. Bye.